Hey, what is up, you guys? It is the Clown Prince Dara, and today I'm giving you my deck profile on the Psy-Frames I've been running. So let's get right into it. First, obviously, 3 Psy-Frame driver. People run it at 2, which I don't know why. You always run it at 3 because as soon as these guys get removed, and there goes your deck. So 3 of these guys, and then 3 alpha is a searcher. Your opponent normal special summons a monster, special summon him, and you get to search a Psy-Frame card. 3 beta, your opponent declares an attack, you destroy the attacking monster and ends the battle phase. 3 delta, your opponent activates a spell card, negate it. And then 3 gamma, your opponent activates a monster effect, you negate it. And then obviously all these guys, when they activate their effects, you have to have a Psy-Frame driver to special summon, so that's why you run 3, because if there's a lot of times your opponent activates, let's say they activate a key card in the deck that you need to stop, then these 2 are going to get removed, because once these guys are special summoned at the end of the turn, if they're special summoned that way, they get banished. So that's it for the Psy-Frame monsters. For the non-Psy-Frame monsters, you have your 2 Max C, I ran 2 Doomcal, and then obviously 3 Conquer D. So you want to get as much draw as you can. So these guys are perfect. I probably put another a 3rd Max C. The Doomcal Knights I was messing around with. These were wind-up rabbits when I first ran them. And then I tried the Doomcal one after I believe it was YCS Dallas. It was okay, as you could tell in the duel with my teammate Brian. These, if you're playing a good player, they'll easily out this. He had the maxis, and he just activated the effect, and he's half the tribute. So I probably bumped this for a 3rd maxi. I don't know if I'd keep it or play another wind-up rabbit. I still have to mess around with the deck, but definitely a 3rd maxi. And that's it for the monsters. For the spells, 3 Circuit, your best spell card in the deck. Lets you fusion or not synchro summon to your opponent's turn, which is really good. And then it acts as kind of like an honest. If one of your Psy-Frame monsters were to do battle, you can ditch a Psy-Frame monster from your hand, and it gains attack equal to the Psy-Frame monster's attack. So if you have the driver in your hand, it won't really be dead, because then you could just pitch it, and then your monster would gain 2,500 attack. So definitely 3 of those, a key card. 3 duality. You don't special summon really on your turn, and like I said, it's more draw power. 2 psychic paths, and then 2 psychic field zones. Running these at 3 is way too much. Even at 2, sometimes it'll get cloggy, especially once you start actually getting into the loop with your omegas. These can be dead, but these can pull you out of a tough situation. So I would run these at 2. And then the last spell card, 1 MST. I don't mean Twin Twister just because. If I need to get rid of something, I have the trap card, which I'll just say in a minute. And then plus, you don't really want to get rid of any of your Psy-Frame monsters from your hand, besides the driver if you have an extra one. So that's why I just run it at 1. So that's it for the spells. I would put in a terraforming. I know I didn't run it in this build, but I would definitely try to find space for it, because, like I said, you need this card, because once you have to activate this card, and then during your opponent's turn when your Psy-Frame monsters come out, you just instantly synchro summon. So definitely need to get this on the field as soon as possible. And for your trap cards, I play 1 macro, 1 warning, 2 strikes, and then 3 of the Psy-Frame overload. So macro I decided to main just because on my locals it's a lot of Cosmos, so obviously that. But this card right here, even though you do play against Cosmos, this card is still really good. It does target, but you can target anything, even the Cosmo Town, and banish it face down. And if you do happen to banish their monsters or anything like that, they can't get it back at Cosmo Town, because this banishes it face down. And also, when this card is sent, when it's in your graveyard, you can banish this card, and then you can banish the card from your graveyard, add 1 Psy-Frame card from your deck to your hand, except itself. But it's pretty good. So that's it for the deck. It's a 40 card deck. The extra deck real quick. Obviously, tokens have to be the best ones. The Joker, Kai Shadowball, and my favorite Pokemon, Cuba. And then 2 Omegas. You don't need a 3rd one, because these actually, if in the graveyard, you could just bring them back by themselves. They recycle themselves. You target a card in either player's graveyard, add it back to the deck, and then this guy goes back into your extra deck. So the main card, the main extra deck card. The other 8s that I run don't really go into Thought Ruler Archfiend, Scarlet Red Dragon, Scrap, Stardust Spark, and then Stardust Dragon are your other level 8s. You know, just generic ones if you need it. So, like I said, this is going to be your main guy that you go into. For 7s, I have Yazi, Ancient Fairy, Michael, 2 Black Rose, and 2 Zeta. Black Rose into your opponent's turn is really good, especially if you know they have more advantage and stuff like that. Obviously, is when you're going to do it, but it can be tricky sometimes because when you Black Rose, you're going to Black Rose, you away your circuit, and that's, like I said, that's the main card you need. But usually I just go into Zeta, because even if Zeta's on the field, and your opponent, because what his effect is that you can, during the player's turn, you can target a special summon monster that your opponent controls in face-up attack position and banish both of them to your standby phase. And then if this card's in your graveyard, you can target one of the Psy-Frame card in your graveyard, return it to your hand, and then add this card back. So it recycles himself. But if your opponent can't, if your opponent doesn't special summon a monster, then you can still use the trap card to get rid of him. So one good play that you can do is, you know, if you have the Omega, you activate the effect, you banish him, and then you, when he comes back to your opponent's standby phase, you just add this back to the graveyard, and then during your next turn, you have a play to add one back to your hand, and this goes back to the extra deck. So, and you can keep on looping like that. Actually, since you have the 2 Zetas, there's actually a loop, you know, with them, so you can keep on adding cards from your graveyard back to your hand, like your betas or your gammas, whatever you need. So it's pretty good. And then the third one, or sorry, not third, the last one is Fortune Tune. I was only playing this when I was playing the wind-up, so I forgot to take it out. But if you're playing the wind-up rabbits, it's a pretty good card. So if you need to stall or gain life points, it's actually pretty good. So that's it for the extra deck. And then side deck, this is just kind of built for my locals, but I'll show you guys what I ran. Darkholm Raigeki for Majesty's Fiend, because that thing, you guys saw in the duel, that thing just automatically shuts down this deck. So if you don't have this, then it sucks, especially if they have March of the Monarchs. So you can't even target it. But 2 system down, obviously Cosmo, Defrazier for Cosmo or BA, MST, and Twin Twister. For more back row, playing heavy back row, just starting the Twin Twister. That's it for the spells. Traps, Soul Drain, Torrential, 2 Anti-Spell, 2 Chaos Trap Hole, and 2 Master Restrict. So anything that over spams. Pendulums aren't really a thing. There's a few players that play it. So, and also it slows down Monarchs. Chaos Trap Hole is just for pretty much the meta right now. Obviously, Master Restrict for Monarchs. And you guys saw in the video as well, you can't, I got stuck with Doom Cal, and especially the card D, couldn't tribute it for a freaking draw, so remember that. And then Soul Drain, Cosmos, and BA, same thing. And then Total Tribute for anything that spams. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you guys have any ideas or anything you'd like to let me know about Psy-Frames, you know, I'm always open to suggestions and opinions. So we'll see what deck I play next. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and have a good one. Thank you.